Students, welcome to your own channel of mathematics. My name is Pankaj Lade, and in our some of previous sessions we have been looking at concepts of integration. Now in this today's session also we will be going ahead with some more concepts. Now students, do you remember in my previous sessions I have repeatedly told that we are yet to find the integration of tan x, cot x, sec x and cosec x. Students, these four are standard functions, and in our standard list of formulas they were not included. Now do you remember that the standard list of formula was actually obtained from derivatives? So derivative of tan x was sec square x. That is why integration of sec square x became tan x. So we haven't found the integration of tan x, integration of cot x, integration of sec x and integration of cosec x. Students, our today's session is going to be entirely dedicated to understand how to get the integration of tan, cot, sec and cosec. So let's begin with the very first function, integration of tan x. Now students, do you remember there was one corollary called as integration of f1 of x upon f of x dx. You got to remember your corollaries very well. As I am repeatedly telling you that integration, the shortcut techniques of integration are basically nothing but what? The shortcut techniques are nothing but knowing your standard list of formula, knowing your theorems and knowing your corollaries like the back of your hand. So students, it becomes very important to remember the basic concepts of integration very thoroughly. So there is again no need for learning any other technique or any other shortcut technique of integration. So students, make sure that you keep learning your basic concepts very well. So if you remember integration of f1 of x upon f of x dx, the corollary told us that the answer was log of f of x plus c. So the function in the denominator f of x, the function was present in the denominator, f of x is your function, and its derivative, exact derivative, was present in the numerator. Do you know that f1 of x is called as what? The first derivative of the function f of x. When I say f1 of x, it means it is the first derivative of f of x. So there is f1 of x upon f of x dx. So the answer was log of f of x plus c. Now we have already seen this corollary. Make sure that you watch my previous lectures, previous videos on the corollaries of integration. So students, we now remember that integration of f1 of x upon f of x dx is log of f of x plus c. So let's quickly get the integration of tan x and integration of cot x. So now if I write I is equal to integration of tan x dx. Now do you recall from trigonometry, integration of tan x can be written as sin x upon cos x, isn't it? Integration of tan x is what? Sin x upon cos x. So I am going to write here integration of tan x as sin x upon cos x dx. Now people tell me derivatives concepts has to be very strong again here. You have to know your basic concepts of basic formulas of derivatives also very thoroughly to know integration also, isn't it? Now if you observe here, what's your denominator? It is cos x. So if I ask you the derivative of cos x, so what is going to be the derivative of cos x? It is going to be minus of sin x. Now remember, the corollary demands that the numerator, which is f1 of x, numerator has to be an exact derivative of the denominator. So in our case, the numerator is sin x. Although I can see that the derivative of cos x is minus sin x. So see, sin x is present. What's missing is the negative sign, the minus sign. So my job is to get that negative sign. So I'm going to rewrite this I'm going to rewrite the I as, let's bring the minus sign. So I have this sin x upon, we have cos x and then dx. Since the derivative of cos x is minus sin x, I'm going to bring a minus sign here and a minus sign outside. So minus and minus became plus. That means there is absolute no change in the previous step, isn't it? Previous step is again retained over here. But to my advantage now, if you observe, the numerator is what? Minus sin x. Is this the derivative of cos x? So this becomes my f1 of x, and the denominator, which is cos x, becomes f of x. I know my corollary well, isn't it? F1 of x upon f of x dx is what answer? Log of f of x plus c. So my answer here is going to come. There will be a minus sign. So let's maintain the minus sign. So minus sign is there. This is f1 of x, this is f of x, and the answer is log of f of x. I write log of, what's f of x? It's cos x. So I write cos x and plus c. Isn't it? So that's the answer of integration of tan x. Students, that's the answer of I, which was integration of tan x, and the answer came what? Minus log of cos x plus c. Now, let's move ahead and get one more simpler way, simpler formula of the same answer, minus of log of cos x. Now, do you know that log of a raised to m is actually m log a, isn't it? Log of a raised to m is m log a. So students, if you observe here, there is a minus sign. Is this minus actually minus of 1 and then log of cos x plus c? The minus sign can be written as minus of 1, so written as minus 1 and then log of cos x. Did you observe here? M log a, m into log a, minus 1 into log of cos x. So m log a will give us answer log of a raised to m. The formula should be read from both the sides. You can go from left to right as well as from right to left. So m log a is log of a raised to m. So minus 1 log of cos x can be written as log of cos x raised to minus 1 plus c. Do you also know that a raised to minus m becomes 1 upon a raised to m? This is a property that we have brought from law of indices, isn't it? So log of cos x raised to minus 1 can be written as, right here, equal to log of 1 upon cos x, isn't it? And plus c. And do you all know from trigonometry that 1 upon cos is sec? So 1 upon cos x is going to become sec x. So I write log of sec x plus c. So students, there are two different formulas for integration of tan x. One of the formula is integration of tan x dx is equal to, the first formula you got, integration of tan x, the first formula you got is minus of log of cos x. Now we don't make this formula to be used lot many times. We are going to use this formula only in some cases. So minus log of cos x. The more readily used formula is log of cos x. Most of the times we are going to make use of the formula of log of sec x. Log of sec x plus c. That's your formula. So minus of log of cos x is not going to be used lot many times. Very rarely we are going to make use of minus of log of cos x plus c. The more readily used formula is log of sec x plus c. So there are formulas for integration of tan x. So you can, students, add this formula to your standard formula list. Make sure you watch my previous lectures on the formulas of standard functions, the standard list of formulas. In that standard list of formulas, you can now add one more, which is integration of tan x. So that was integration of tan x. Now this is one very important thing, students. As and when I am taking all these derivations and all these theorems, make sure at the same time you are also noting these theorems down in your notebooks. That makes your practice very strong. So practicing mathematics is very important. So as and when you are watching this video, you are watching this lecture, make sure at the same time you are writing it down also. Now students, that was integration of tan x. I hope you have understood that there are two formulas of integration of tan x. One of them is minus of log of cos x and the other one is log of sec x. The more readily used formula is going to be log of sec x. So from here onwards, integration of tan x is going to be what? Log of sec x. And sometimes we can make use of minus log of cos x. That was the first formula for the day. Students, let's take one more. So I'm going to get this time integration of cot x dx. So I want to get the integration of cot x dx. So I'm going to note it down as I is equal to integral of cot x dx. Now this is going to be a little bit faster because we have already seen the integration of tan x. Now do you again know that cot can be written as cos x upon sin x dx, isn't it? The numerator becomes cos x and the denominator becomes sin x. Do you also know what is the derivative of sin x? The derivative of sin x is going to be cos x, isn't it? So what's your numerator? Numerator is cos x. So is this nothing but the derivative of the function which is present in the denominator? The denominator is sin x. So I'm going to call this as f of x, and the numerator became the derivative of this sin x, which is f1 of x. So I have this one corollary that is written, isn't it? Integration of f1 of x upon f of x dx. The answer is log of f of x plus c. So what answer I'm going to get here? The denominator is f of x, which is sin x. So my answer comes log of sin x, isn't it? So students, from here I can say that integration of cot x dx is going to be what? It is going to be log of sin x and plus c. So students, these are two very important formulas that we have learned so far. One is integration of tan x, and integration of tan x came what? Minus log of cos x and log of sec x. And whereas integration of cot x, it came only log of sin x. See the difference? Tan x integration is minus and then log of cos x. Do you remember? I have already told you, whenever a c comes into the answer whenever it has a c, the answer is always with the negative sign. So that minus sign is there. See, minus log of cos x. And integration of cot x came out to be log of sin x. So students, make sure that you add these two formulas in your formula list. Writing the formulas every single day, unless and until you start remembering them very thoroughly, is mandatory. Make sure that you keep writing the formulas. Students, there are two more theorems that are remaining, two more standard functions that are remaining. One of them is sec x and the other one is cosec x. So what I'll do here is, I hope you have noted these down. Please note down the integration of tan x. Please note down how the integration of cot x was done. So make sure that you note down this to list very properly. What we'll do is, we'll go ahead to understand the next formula, the next standard function, integration of sec x and cosec x. So by the time what I can do is, I'll remove this part from here, and then we will understand how to get integration of sec x and integration of cosec x. So integration of sec x and cosec x, these are also nothing but what? Standard functions, isn't it? So tan, cot, sec and cosec, these are all standard functions which were initially not included in the standard formula list. So what we have done is, we have got two answers, two functions. One was tan x and one was cot x. Now the two remaining are what? Sec x and cosec x. Let's quickly understand how to get integration of cosec x and sec x. Now here the concept is going to change a little bit. Students, I'm going to get integration of sec x first. I'm going to get the integration of sec x first. Now the technique that you use to get the integration of tan and cot cannot be applied over here, because if you write sec as 1 upon cos, nothing is going to happen. 1 upon cos, numerator is 1 and the denominator is cos, and the derivative of cos is sine, which is not present in the numerator. So our method to solve integration of tan and cot cannot be applied to get the integration of sec x. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to have a different approach. I have to take a different route to get the integration of sec x. Remember this route, the same route, the same method we are going to apply to get integration of cosec x also. So cosec x, the same we are going to derive. So let's first get the integration of sec x. So students, the important thing that you want to remember here is, I am going to get a new term. I am going to get a new term here to solve integration of sec x, and that new term is, without this term, this particular function cannot be evaluated. So make sure that you remember that term very thoroughly, very properly. You got to remember the term. Unless and until you remember the term, this particular derivation cannot be solved. Let's see what is that term. The term is sec x plus tan x. So this term has been brought in the numerator. It needs to be adjusted. So sec x plus tan x, I will arrange in the denominator also. Sec x plus tan x and dx. That's very important term, people. Sec x plus tan x is a new term that has been brought into the function over here, into the integral over here. So students, what you do is you introduce the sec x inside the bracket. Let's introduce the sec x inside the bracket. So what do I get here? So when sec and sec multiplies, you get sec square x. So I get sec square x here, and then sec into tan. So I get sec x into tan x. And the denominator is sec x plus tan x dx. Now students, I am going to ask you the derivative of the denominator. What's your denominator here? The denominator is sec x plus tan x. The denominator is sec x plus tan x. I'm going to get its derivative. So what's the first term here? The first term is sec x. Do you remember what is the derivative of sec x? I am telling you repeatedly, you have to know your formulas of derivatives and integration and all the basic trigonometric formulas very thoroughly to know mathematics. So derivative of sec x, if you remember, it is sec x into tan x, isn't it? Derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x plus the derivative of tan x is sec square x. It is sec square x. Now do you know that a plus b is as good as b plus a? Watch the numerator here. The numerator is sec square x. See, there is sec square x. The other term is sec x tan x. See, the other term is sec x tan x. That means I can say whatever my numerator is, this sec square x plus sec x tan x is actually the derivative of the denominator. That means this becomes my f1 of x, the numerator, and the denominator becomes f of x. So is it nothing but the same corollary again? f1 of x upon f of x, and my answer is going to be what? Log of f of x plus c. So what do I do here is, I will write the answer directly. I is equal to, I know the numerator is the derivative and the denominator is a function. So I'll write the answer directly. Log of sec x plus tan x plus c. So students, that's my formula of integration of sec x. So I can write it down over here that integration of sec x, integration of sec x dx, it is going to be log of sec x plus tan x, log of sec x plus tan x and plus c. Let us block it. So integration of sec x, we have got log of sec x plus tan x. Let's take the last one, isn't it? In our 4 standard list, the first one was integration of tan x, the second one was integration of cot x, the third one we have seen just now, integration of sec x, and the last one that is left is integration of cosec x. Very quickly we will see integration of cosec x also. So students, now I have to get integration of cosec x dx. As I said, you need to have a different approach to get the integrals of sec and cosec. In sec, what did you get? Sec x plus tan x. In sec x, what we have done is we have taken sec x plus tan x. What we'll do here is we'll get a new term which is called cosec minus cot. We are going to get cosec minus cot over here in the numerator and in the denominator. So I'm going to write here integration of, I have cosec x. I am going to multiply this with cosec x minus cot x. Denominator also comes cosec x minus cot x, and I will dx ahead. What should I do here? I am going to multiply the cosec x inside the bracket. So let's multiply cosec x inside the bracket. So if I multiply cosec x inside the bracket, what do I be getting? I will be getting cosec x into cosec x. And what's cosec x into cosec x? It is cosec square x. There is a minus sign, isn't it? There is a minus sign in between here, and cosec multiplies with cot. You get cosec x into cot x. Again, the denominator is, we have cosec x minus cot x, and we should write dx here. Again, students, I'm going to get the derivative of the denominator. Let's get the derivative of the denominator. what's your denominator here? It is cosec x minus cot x. So if I take the derivative of the denominator, the first term is cosec x. You should remember the formulas of derivative. The derivative of cosec x is minus cosec x into cot x. That was the derivative of cosec x. Now, students, there is a minus sign here. Remember, there is a minus sign in between. And derivative of cot x is minus cosec square x. See, there is a minus sign already between present over here. There is a minus sign. And then you are telling that the derivative of cot x is minus cosec square x. And the previous minus. Minus and minus became plus. So my answer is plus cosec square x. So now if you observe the numerator of your integral, this cosec square x is the plus sign. See plus sign cosec square x, and then there is a minus of cosec x cot x. That means your numerator is actually the derivative of the function present in the denominator. That means this is your f1 of x, and the denominator that you have is your f of x. Isn't it? So numerator is f1 of x and the denominator is f of x. So my answer is going to come here. What, students? We know the corollary, isn't it? We already know the corollary. It is integration of f1 of x upon f of x dx is log of f of x. So let's make use of the corollary. I'm going to get here log of cosec x minus cot x and plus c. Students, I've got my formula. Integration of cosec x. What's integration of cosec x? Log of cosec x minus cot x. But students, have some patience. Let's move on a little bit ahead with the basic formulas of trigonometry. I'm going to make use of the basic formulas of trigonometry to get the answer from here onwards. Log of cosec x minus cot x. Now, students, I'm going to write like this. Log of, do you know that cosec? Do you know that cosec can be written as 1 upon sine? So let's write cosec x as 1 upon sine x minus, the next term is cot x. The next term is cot x. So I'm going to write cot as cos upon sine. So I write here minus of cos x upon sine x. And let's write plus c also. Now look at the terms, look at the fractions that you have there. There is a denominator sin x with both the fractions. The denominator is same. So what I can do here is I can write log, then 1 minus cos x upon sin x and plus c. Now students, you need to know your trigonometry formulas very well, your half angle formulas. From the half angle formulas, I'm going to write down the formulas here for your reference. The half angle formulas are, if you know sine 2x, is it 2 sine x into cos x? Sine 2x is 2 sine x cos x. So students, if I ask you to write the formula for sine x, see, the formula is called as half angle formula. That means you have to do the half of the angle. So the half of angle x is going to be what? X by 2. So my answer is 2 sine x by 2 and cos x by 2. Isn't it? So that's the formula of sine x. Similarly, this 1 minus cos x. So before 1 minus cos x, I'll ask you 1 minus cos 2x. 1 minus cos 2x is 2 sine square x. That's the formula for 1 minus cos 2x. So if I ask you the formula of 1 minus cos x, you are going to say 2 sine square x by 2. That's your half angle formula, students. So I'm going to make use of these formulas. I'm going to make use of the substitution of these formulas in my formula here. So I'm going to get I becomes equal to log of, what was your numerator? It was 1 minus cos x, and answer for 1 minus cos x is 2 sine square x by 2. So let's write here 2 sine square x by 2. And what's your denominator? It is sine x. So what are you going to write for sine x? It is 2 sine x by 2 and cos x by 2. And do not forget to write the plus c as well. Students, what is going to get cancelled from here? The 2 and 2 gets cancelled. And can you also say one of the sine gets cancelled? So sine and sine got cancelled here. So what is my answer here? Log. What's the numerator left? Sine x by 2. What's the denominator left? Cos x by 2. What is sine x by 2 upon cos x by 2? That is tan x x by 2 as plus c. That's your second formula of integration of cosec x. So students, I've got two different answers for integration of cosec x. I've got two answers for integration of cosec x. The first answer is log of cosec x minus cot x. Make sure you are noting them down. Log of cosec x minus cot x. And the other answer is log of tan x by 2. So students, in our this session, we have seen four different formulas. The first formula was integration of tan x. And the answer came, there were two answers. One was minus of log of cos x and the other was log of sec x. The second formula we have studied was for integration of cot x and answer came log of sin x. The third formula that we have seen is integration of sec x. There is only one formula for that and the formula was log of sec x plus tan x, and the last one was integration of cosec x. There are two formulas for integration of cosec x. One is log of cosec x minus cot x and the other one is log of tan x by 2. Students, all these four formulas are very important formulas. Make sure that you add these four formulas in your standard list of formulas. Make sure that you watch my previous videos where I have taken the formulas of standard functions. So these four functions, tan, cot, sec and cosec, are also standard functions. They need to be included in your standard list of formulas. So make sure that you include these formulas in your standard list of formulas. I thank you so much for watching this video. We will meet in our next video with some more concepts. I wish you all a very great day. Thank you so much.